Ninjakees.
Alright ninjas, so today's video is about how long does it really take to make manga. Number 1, it depends on the length and detail level. A one-shot of 15 to 30 pages can take weeks or months depending on your speed. A full manga chapter from 18 to 45 pages could take 1 to 3 months for a solo artist. A full volume of 100 plus pages might take 6 months to a year or more. It really depends on your level. For my one-shot it definitely took way longer than planned. I also redrew some stuff. That might not be the best way to go at it, but there's that as well. Number 2, how long do professionals take? Weekly manga artists from Shonen Jump level, for example, complete 70 to 20 pages per week, but they also do have assistants, so there's also an advantage over there, but they definitely had to go there to reach that part to be able to afford assistance. Indie artists, webtoon and manga creators can take up to 1 to 4 weeks per chapter depending on their process. Even famous mangaka struggle, like back then when he was still alive. Kentaro Miura from Berserk, for example, took months for a single chapter, or some other ones are on hiatus. And also with the health in Japan definitely is also a big issue. So maybe sometimes it's better to work on your health and then make also manga. I believe Tony Valente from Radiant works a bit better with this, like taking care of his health and take a bit longer with volumes, but he definitely has a great success, especially in French. Number 3, breaking down the process. So here's an estimate how long each step takes per page. So story and scripting 1 to 2 hours, for some maybe longer. Thumbnailing, storyboarding 30 minutes to 2 hours. Sketching 1 to 3 hours. Inking and line art 2 to 5 hours. Backgrounds 1 to 4 hours. It varies based on detail. Toning and shading 1 to 3 hours. Lettering, text 30 minutes to an hour. So total per page about 5 to 15 plus hours. And also depends on your skill level and all that. Some pages might take longer than other ones, like maybe amazing backgrounds that's more difficult, or certain poses or things to figure out. So, but that's an estimate, a general estimate of breaking down the process. Number 4, why does manga take so long? So paneling and layouts take time to plan for good flow, which definitely can take up a big chunk of time. Backgrounds and effect, realism can slow things down as well. Redoing mistakes or adjusting details makes also the process longer. And also if you balance manga with school, work or other life stuff, it can take even longer. So also depending on your personal life that you're currently in, definitely can also postpone your manga as well. So it's also important to find the balance between the perfection or the quality of your manga versus the time that you have for making the manga. Maybe sometimes it's better if you see things that can be done better, to take a bit more time to improve those things so that you have a better final result. But it's also definitely important to set some sort of a deadline to actually get it done. Number 5, how to speed up the process. Plan your script and thumbnails in advance so you don't get stuck. The thumbnails, the under sketches are definitely the core structure of your manga. For me personally, if that is not clear yet, it's way more difficult to go to the final results. You can also go use some 3D models for references, or speed up the backgrounds, or maybe literally use the 3D model and put it in the angle and then just trace it, but also make it drawn, looking like that it actually looks like a drawn image. 3D models these days can definitely speed it up. Work digital, of course, can copy past things faster. Now we're also in the digital age and many of you probably also draw digital, so that's definitely a thing to be able to apply and speed things up. Of course, set deadlines to push yourself to finish even if it's not perfect, and also don't overthink each panel. Focus on the storytelling over detail so that the story is clear through those panels. Number 6, the biggest time trap is perfection. I already talked about this before, but yeah, many artists take forever on a single page trying to make it perfect. I also had this, still have it probably here and there. And I also had this with making Party Time, the one shot, here and there as well. Some pages I improved, which I personally think it makes it better. But there definitely needs to be some sort of a time set when it's actually done. Your first manga will never be perfect, but it definitely will teach you. Also, finishing a rough manga is better than an unfinished masterpiece. That's also the thing with my first version of Party Time, the one-shot. It was a good base to build on and make it better. At least that's how I experienced making that one-shot. But there are many ways, of course, to do these things, but of course try to not get into the trap of perfectionism. Number 7, final answer. How long does it take? If you're fast and experienced, 1 to 2 weeks per chapter. If you're a beginner or part-time, 1 to 3 months per chapter. And if you're making a full volume, about 6 months to a year or longer per volume. So a volume has about 180 to 200 pages per volume, which is also called a tankobon, with all the chapters bundled in one book. Number 8. So should this stop you from making manga? No, definitely not. Every long-term project takes time, and also manga is no different. So the more you practice, streamline and focus, the faster you'll get. And if you love making manga, the time you spend will definitely be worth it. And also try to make a final product, like as a book, or have it physical, or for a competition. Competitions are also definitely a good way to practice the manga. For example, the silent manga edition or on manga creators. Different types of competitions are definitely a way to also practice it, and you can earn some money with it as well. So yeah, ninjas, there are many ways to make manga, and yeah, the question how long does it really take to make manga also depends on your personal level and your progress, the process, how you go into the manga, and how much time you have left in your personal life and balancing your personal life with your manga life. So many things apply here, but I guess from this you should be able to guess or estimate what your level is and how long it really takes. And also sometimes you think maybe easy about making manga, but then when you get into it, it might be harder than you thought, or maybe get burned out. Many things can come to making manga. But yeah, I guess in the end, it's still sort of personal per person, per individual. So how long does it really take to make manga can also depend on you. So how long did it take for you to make manga or making manga? Maybe you still want to make manga or start making manga. And if you have some manga that you're working on, maybe you can share the title in the comments and where people can find it if you want. So yeah, ninjas, I wish you the best for making your manga. Good luck and see you, ninjas, in the next video. Thank you for joining once again. You love Ishili, and see you, ninjas, the next time. Ninjakees out. Ninjakees. Thanks for joining once again, Ninjas, NINJABOX, and see you, ninjas, the next time. Ninjakees out.